This is a Male Rights Activist Podcast, episode 45, where we focus on relationships, sports, and pop culture from a man's point of view. First of all, we want to thank our listeners, each and every one of you, our new ones, our OGs. Thank you for hanging with the fellas.
What up?
On today's show, baseball legend Big Papi is shot.
Say it ain't so.
No, man. We give advice on how to not get caught slipping. And we weigh in on the Central Park 5 and what you should tell your son since it's Father's Day time.
This is a must watch for every father and son.
You mean must listen, right?
No, watch the show.
Oh,
Central
absolutely.
Park 5. Yeah.
And we weigh in on Gwyneth Paltrow not wanting to live with her husband full time. All that and more. Right now.
This is also a must listen too.
Check.
Check 1, 2.
This is MRA Podcast with Kyle and Kamal. I am Kyle.
I am Kamal.
And we are saving relationships one listener at a time. We got some feedback, homie.
Do we now?
Yeah, man. On Instagram. Let me see what the question was. What would you do with $1 billion? Remember, we talked about that last week when you shocked the world saying you would open a school.
Why is that so shocking?
I don't know. The question was, what would you do with $1 billion? And I said, in the word, shockingly, the word side piece never comes up. So, of course, we got jokey jokers out there, Courtney Black Comedy, who's been a guest on this show. She said, I don't give a fuck what y'all talking about. I just see the loot because it was a picture of money.
Okay.
And then the next one she said, that's because y'all dealing with side pieces with no money. I don't understand what she meant by that.
Well, we didn't bring up side pieces because our side pieces don't have money. I don't have a side piece.
No, you don't.
And if I did have a side piece, she probably wouldn't have money.
Of course not. That's
Because
why
if she had money,
she probably wouldn't be a side piece.
Yeah. Like,
But that's not fair, though.
Yeah, who's balling in the side?
I know. That's funny. Should an 18-year-old pay for his college? Kamal said no. Kyle said yes. I am Phoenix Strange said, depends on what you're talking about in life circumstances. Sounds like what? No, that's not what you said, is it?
Well,
yeah, it is what you said.
a little bit, yeah.
Because you were saying if you got the dough, do it.
If you got the dough, right.
And Shirl Underwood Radio said, with what, his summer McDonald's money. So I'm thinking she's in the same, Shirl Underwood Radio is in the same vein as you of how is he going to get the money?
College is expensive, man.
Yeah.
Like now, man, that shit's especially like a private college, like $40,000-$50,000 a year. And that's just for his freshman year.
Yeah, but I guess he better get to work.
Yeah, McDonald's. That's a real man's salary.
Hey guys, I want to take this time to ask you to subscribe to The World According to Shirl. That is Shirl Underwood's podcast. It's hilarious, and I'm on it. Kamal, Father's Day's coming up Sunday.
This Sunday.
Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready to be
to do nothing.
I'm ready to be disappointed, but fake like I'm the happiest man alive.
Pretty much. And that brings us to our point. Let's save a relationship, man. This is in honor of Tanya, was her name?
I think so.
Whatever. Tanya, we love you.
Yeah.
Father's Day is this Sunday, June 16th. And in order to save relationships, fellas, we're going to help you to understand Father's Day is not for you. Father's Day is fake. Mother's Day is for the ladies. They need that. We don't.
Yeah, Father's Day is look what, Junior made you, or this is what he picked out. And so you have to be impressed that your son or your daughter either made you like this picture or, this bought you some T-shirt that they expect you to wear. So you need to be impressed with that.
If they do buy your T-shirt.
Yeah.
Because see, here's the thing, man. Father's Day is some affirmative action bullshit. That's what I see.
Yeah.
Mother's Day is a day to honor women because women feel like they're not appreciated, right? Mm-hmm. So when we needed a day to show women how important they are, because if not, we probably wouldn't even do it that day.
Right.
So Mother's Day was mandatory, right?
It forced us to recognize women for what they do.
Yes, which is important.
Mothers,
yes,
not just
mothers.
not women, yeah.
So because there's a Mother's Day, though, we had to have a Father's Day. But we don't really need a day. They just gave us one because they gave them one.
Well, they gave women a day.
Yes.
Valentine's Day.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
Once again, to make men buy chocolate, buy candy, buy the cards, spend money on women, because if not, a lot of us wouldn't do it all year except for the birthday.
Yes, they trick us.
Yes.
Like it's a couple things. Valentine's Day, but it's really for women.
It's definitely for
women. They
women.
don't have one of those for men. It's not like they don't have like a holiday.
I think in the Midwest they have Sweetest Day, and that's like the thing for men.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, it's some Chicago, Columbus, Ohio type shit.
oh,
But it's
I
not
have never heard of
because
this.
we don't live out there, bro.
No, and obviously it didn't get enough traction
No, fuck no.
to make it like a national thing.
Stop it. Stop it. But so yes, Father's Day is some bullshit. It really is just there because they have a day. So fellas, here's the thing. On Father's Day is how you can save your relationship on Father's Day. Lower your expectations down to zero. I mean, really, it's going to be a joke.
Yeah,
The busiest day for restaurants, because I used to work at Sizzler, is Mother's Day. It's ridiculous. Father's Day, not so much. Now, granted, more women cook than men.
Father's Day, it might be like a Game 7 or something like that.
Yeah, hopefully. And even in the commercials, it's dads and grads. It's not, we got to share our shit. What were we going to say, man? I'll cut you off.
No, I was going to say, yeah, man, get your, start practicing in the mirror, your excitement, whatever gift you get, you know, because you don't want to look like you don't appreciate the gift.
Yes.
Even though you probably won't.
Here's the other thing, though. If you got more kids with multiple families, right? Mm-hmm. Because this is happened to me like one of the first year. It was about, so when will my kids be with you? Like, wait a minute, are you taking over Father's Day? This is like, so fellas, what can you do?
Be open.
Yes.
Got to be open, man. So if they have plans for you, I know you want to watch the game. I know you want to watch the game, dog.
Yes.
If it's on. Your hope, unless you're a Golden State fan,
yes,
is for Toronto to just close this thing out.
So it'll be over.
You have no conflict.
So they don't ruin your day.
Yeah.
Here's what you do, fellas. Do not bring up that it's Father's Day. That's what you could do. Because if you start bringing up that it's Father's Day, that's entitlement. And now you're acting just like them.
You don't want that.
Yo, Kamal.
What's up?
I finally finished my album, dog.
The one you did in 2013?
Yeah, man. I know, man. A long time ago, man. But I said, you know what? I'm going to finish this album. This thing is coming out. Eventually. You know, you got to finish. You can't give up.
I can dig it. And eventually it's finally here.
Eventually it's finally arrived, man. And I was listening to it, man. This thing is funny, dude.
Okay, it's not dated. No jokes about chingy or nothing like that.
There is some dated jokes in there. Like there's a reference to, it was before Michael Sam came out. Because it was like a reference to gay athletes that came out. And I was like, wow, that's dated.
Okay.
But the juxt of it is everything's good.
Bruce Jenner still.
Yeah,
Caitlyn. Is it Caitlyn?
He's Bruce.
He's Bruce.
I don't talk about him,
but he was Bruce.
Yeah, I used to have a Bruce Jenner joke. He was Bruce, and this when I recorded this. But it's ready, man. It's out. Okay. It's funny, man. Check it out and get it on iTunes right now. It's called "Be a Man at All Times." Kamal, I walked in the door Friday night at one of my favorite mics. Was that Friday night?
Yeah.
And to my surprise, I saw my partner in crime, Kamal Abdul-Jabbar, on the late night tip at the Burt's Back Room.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it. Because we talked about you coming out Monday.
Yeah.
At the D-Ray show.
Yeah, I was going to come hang out.
You was going to come hang. You was going to try to do a mic.
Yeah.
But then that didn't work out. What happened? You said something.
Man, I had to babysit. So basically my...
Wait a minute. Let me speak for the women. It's not babysitting if it's your child. Shut up.
But it wasn't just my child. Yeah, it wasn't just my child. It was my wife's nephew. And so I thought that maybe, possibly, because their house was getting some work done, so they were staying with us the night.
Yeah.
And so I'm thinking, well...
Of course, but they're going to stay in the night. You're in. And
so my wife had to go somewhere. Mm-hmm. And so I'm thinking her sister, who was, the boy's mother, she'd be there around 8:30, and I'd be able to get out of there. So I told you I wasn't going to make it.
Yeah.
But I was hopeful.
Yeah.
She got there at 10:30. So I had to hold it down, dinner, make sure them boys took showers, put them to bed, all this stuff. And I'm like, yeah, man.
Sounds fun.
Yeah. So I missed that.
How'd you get to the stage on Friday, man? I was excited, man. I hadn't seen you in a while. I hadn't seen your stuff, funny stuff, man. I love the new stuff.
Thank you, man. What it was is I just you showed me the website, and it's easy to sign up. And I can pick my spot.
Yes.
I don't have to get up there like 3 hours in advance and wait like normal open mics or something like that. It's not a lottery. And so it was relatively easy. And I saw that you had signed up.
Mm-hmm.
And
the Friday joint.
Yeah, so I was like, I'll get right behind my guy. I just did that today. As a matter of fact, I got behind you again.
Oh, good looking. Yeah, I'm loving that.
Yeah, Monday. So it's easy for me to see when I'm available.
Yeah.
and I could pick a date. So
that's what I usually do on Mondays.
Yeah.
Monday morning I say, okay, what I start trying to plot up because I try to get to 10 mics a week.
Okay.
So I'm like, how can I? And I also want to have days off, so I don't want to go out on Saturday unless I got a nice show. I want to be home because Sunday's a work day. So I'm like, how can I get to 10 without using Saturday? So then I start trying to figure out, all right, if I double here, I got to triple this day, and you know what I mean? I can't go Wednesday because Wednesday is babysitting night.
It's not babysitting.
If it's your child.
If it's your child.
Man. Before we get out of here and move on, dude, I got to tell you, the D-Ray show, man. Dude, got lucky, man.
Yeah, so you performed that. Was it is it still?
Mo Better? It's not Mo Better anymore, but it's
Okay.
D-Ray show, and it's just as hood.
Just as hood.
Oh, man, it's just as hood, dog.
It's
Let
the
me
most
tell you something.
intimidating room.
What?
Yeah.
Last time I did that show, I ate a shit sandwich, extra cheese, with some mayo.
I told you, I almost did the show. I went down there.
Robbie?
Yeah. So guy, Robbie Perone, he invited me down there and told me if I come down, I guess he was booking.
Yeah.
He can get me on.
Yeah.
So I come down there, hook up with Robbie, and he's like, all right, I'm going to see if I can get you on. But I'm looking at this room and how rowdy it was.
Oh, yeah, man.
And I'm like, dude,
No, thank you. I'm
Don't-
good.
please don't put me on. Please. I am
Dude.
not ready for this
Dude.
stuff.
If it wasn't for me opening for Cheryl, I would have went down Monday night.
Yeah.
I had to go reach back into the crates because I have my little set list because I've been doing these white shows and stuff and getting my nice pretty little premises together with the joke here, joke there. I ain't done the black crowd in so long. You know what I mean? And it's a different crowd. It's a different muscle. The white crowds that, they appreciate the cleverness and there was a callback. Nice.
Yeah.
Niggas want you to bring the heat now and for the whole set.
Yeah.
And so I have my little set list together. And, the black crowd, black show, niggas start late. I was supposed to go up at 9:30, 10:30, something like that. I go up almost at midnight.
Wow.
I'm telling you.
So I had action. I could have went.
Yeah, you could have went. I mean, the crowd wasn't dead. I thought the crowd was going to be dead, dude. They was ready. I didn't know I was next. D-Ray does it his way, dog. So he was just like, fuck it. All right, y'all, coming up next, Kyle Irby, y'all. No intro, no nothing. I was like, oh, shit. But luckily, I've been doing my mics. I've been my muscles right. And
Okay.
plus, I was in Atlanta doing shows. So I was like, I'm ready. And luckily, I changed my set list. And I went back to some of the classics, dude. Oh, man, dog. It was a beatdown. The crowd was hype. I mean, I couldn't even keep a straight face. They had me laughing. They was laughing so hard. I know. I couldn't even. I was trying to stay in character. I couldn't. I just kept breaking. They was laughing so damn hard that I was breaking character.
Man, it's nothing like making that crowd.
Yes.
Oh, man.
That black crowd, when they love it,
Man,
it's the best.
Yeah, it's the best.
Nothing like
when
it.
they hate it.
Oh. Hey, Kamal, we got listeners all over the world now, man.
Yep.
And I was wondering, man, I wonder what the people do while they're listening to our show. I know we got a guy in the Navy who's in Spain who listens. We got a lady that drives a Lyft. She listens while she's driving her Lyft and has her customers listen too, which is absolutely hilarious. Cat in Brooklyn listens while he delivers some fish.
Okay.
We want to know from other people, man, how do you listen to our show? What are you doing? Hit us up on the social media. I'm at Kyle Irby.
I am at Angry Kamal.
And let us know what you're doing when you listen to our show. Kamal, what are you doing when you listen to the show?
Man, I'm usually chilling, man. I take the train to get my son from school.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, man. So I
know
get
that.
the headphones on and I listen to it front and back. The problem is I'm coming back. He wants to talk. I'm trying to listen. So I have to, try to act like I'm paying attention to him. I'm really listening to my words of wisdom.
That's good, man.
Yeah.
Pretend like you're listening to your son while you're listening to the podcast. That's one way to do it. I usually listen to while I'm cleaning the house, man. I pick. Well, go ahead.
Domestic work?
Yeah, man. Oh, come on, dude. I wish I didn't have domestic work, but yeah, man. I usually listen to if I'm washing the dishes or folding laundry. I listen to any kind of thing that I don't have to think.
Yeah.
And I just get to listen. But I want to know what are the people listening? What are y'all doing? Let us know. Man, I finally got through that Central Park 5, Kamal.
When they see us.
When they see us, dog, that
Damn.
shit was painful, bro.
It was rough. Yeah. Me and the wife watched it.
Y'all watched it
yesterday.
together every episode?
Yeah, we watched it together, man. And it was infuriating.
Dog.
Because here's the thing about it. Because she asked me about it. I was like, I'm going to watch it. Eventually.
Yeah.
But she was like, "Why aren't you really into it?" And I was like, "Because I kind of already know the deal.
Yeah.
So I know the outcome. I know what's going on. So it's like it's hard for me to get into something I know the ending.
Titanic.
Yeah,
Yeah. I know how this ends.
Yeah, I know how this ends.
I didn't know how it ended.
I knew how it ended, but I didn't know
the ups and downs.
Yeah,
the path.
I didn't know like the path to get there. I didn't know the journey.
Yeah.
And man, I'll say that Ava DuVernay, masterful job.
She had me furious.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, because I
was cursing everybody, including Ava DuVernay.
Yeah,
until the end.
Man, I love. She did a great job, but I don't want to give too much away. That's the thing about it. So I'm trying to like talk cryptically, so they get it that we like it.
I know. I don't want to give it away.
I want to recommend it, but I don't want to like ruin it.
Well, so let's just talk about what's common knowledge.
Okay. These 5 boys were accused of raping a white woman in Central Park in 1989.
Yes.
And
how about that soundtrack though?
Oh yeah,
that shit was fire. Huh?
Yeah,
it's so black and so real. Like sometimes, you can tell when they trying to sound like us, but when it's us doing the music.
Dude, they were accurate all the way down to like the gear.
Yes.
I noticed the kicks.
Of course you do.
And so I know one thing I know when they have like these throwback movies and stuff like TV shows back set in the 80s. What the costume designer always does is she gets the guys wearing some shell toes or some Air Force. Yeah. Because that's just known. They were back then in 89. Right. Yeah. But it was like, nah, man, like everybody wasn't rocking Air Force like that.
Very good point.
You know what I'm saying? So I've seen like Cortez, Nikes and stuff like that. But in this one, I saw a kid wearing some British Knights.
Nice.
Kid was wearing some Jordan 3s. Another kid was wearing some Bo Jacksons. Nice. It was like, dude, okay.
Okay, y'all serious.
Yeah.
Dog, when they opened to I Got It Made Special Ed, I said, okay, this is how we doing it? This is okay. Yeah. We back in 1989.
I'm here.
I'm in.
I'm in this world.
I'm in, dog.
Yeah.
You know the thing that hurt me about the Central Park 5, man? As in 1989, I was in 7th grade, right? Mm-hmm. And I remember we had a minimum day at Frisbee Junior High School. And I was in 6 or 7, but 89, 90, I was in 7th grade. We had a minimum day. And at minimum day, everybody went to the Sizzler parking lot. Everybody went to Sizzler that day.
Okay.
Niggas was
by Ike?
By Ike.
Okay.
From Frisbee. They walked from Frisbee to over there by Ike, right? Mm-hmm. And they was running through, wilding out at the goddamn Sizzler parking lot. And we got in so much trouble the next day because they were like, next minimum day, you cannot go to Sizzler. Because we was in there. People was stealing salad bar. I wasn't stealing nothing.
Yeah.
I was just in there running through the parking lot, wilding out like these boys were.
Yeah, I didn't know that. That's the one thing I didn't know about the case, how they got picked up because they were part of a group that was, like you said, wilding out in the park. Yeah. Just punching cats and just running through cars.
I wasn't punching nobody.
Yeah.
But cats was getting harassed.
Yeah.
And the reason why this touched me, Kamal, sorry to cut you off, is because I thought, man, I've done this.
You've been part of a group.
I've been a part of a group, wilding out, running through the parking lot.
You could have easily been picked up. If anything happened.
Things happened.
No, I'm saying like, well.
No, there wasn't a rape.
No, well, anything serious.
Yeah.
You could have been picked up,
man,
and just identified.
Yeah,
man. And so that was scary.
Very.
It was scary that you hanging out, doing. I'm not going to say doing like knucklehead teen stuff because honestly, I probably wouldn't have been a part of this group running around. Well, I probably would have gone. But once I
touched nobody.
Once I found out what was going on, I probably would have got out of there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Or just like for me, I just was running through, but I saw people harassing people. Mm-hmm. I saw people fighting people. I remember people getting picked on and getting beat down. I remember that. We're going to get into the Big Poppy thing later, how they beat the shit out of that dude that shot Big Poppy. I saw people get assaulted.
Oh.
But that's not me. Yeah. So we just was laughing and giggling and running like a lot of these boys from Central Park 5. We just was having a good time, man. Wilding out, chilling. Mm-hmm. We wasn't doing nothing wrong. Was we with the group? I guess, sort of, but not really. You know what I mean? And so, wow, man.
It's scary to think that in 1989, which wasn't that long ago. You know, you remember 1989.
Oh,
you were of age where you were of age where you were like running the streets.
Mm-hmm.
Me, you know, I'm 2 years older than you, so obviously I remember 1989.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Vividly. One of my favorite years ever.
Why?
As a matter of fact.
Why?
Just, I had so much fun, dude.
Yeah.
It was like the end of my 8th grade year.
8th to 9th.
Yeah. It was like one of the best times. And so just this can happen, and it mirrors cases from the past. There's a famous case that probably doesn't get too much recognition now. I had to read about it when I was in college, called the Scottsboro Boys.
All right, what happened with them?
9 boys were on a train. Well, it was more than 9, but it was a train, and people used to just hobo back in the day in Alabama, just ride the rails to get to a different town and stuff like that.
Of course.
And so these boys got into a fight. Well, some boys got into a fight with some other white boys on the train and kicked the white boys off the train. Yeah. Right? So white boys went to the local sheriff, said these black boys took over the train. One had a gun and all that stuff. And so what they did was the sheriff, they got in front of the train and stopped the train, raided everybody off. I want every single black boy off the train from age this to this, and pulled everybody off. And there was some 2 white girls in one of the box cars with a couple of the black guys. Well, obviously, at the time, you know, you couldn't be traveling state lines interracially. That was a crime and stuff like that. Plus, it would look bad for these Southern white women to be in this boxcar with these black boys and stuff like that. So they claimed that they were raped.
Oh, gosh.
I think all 9, nobody saw this girl. They weren't in the same cars as the white girls. They didn't know each other. I think 3 of them might have, but for the most part, they didn't know each other. They were in different box cars. Yeah. And then I think they started telling on each other, you know, getting coerced and, you know, confessing. And initially, the first trials took like a day, and they were tried right after each other. One day. As a matter of fact, when the jury was deliberating, another trial was starting. Yeah. And so they all got found guilty. 8 of the 9 were sentenced to death in the electric chair. Wow. The 9th one was 13. They just thought that he was too young to be executed, so they didn't. And they appealed to the Alabama Supreme Court. Alabama Supreme Court was like, yeah, we didn't do nothing wrong. They obviously had no brothers on the jury.
Yeah, of course not.
They didn't have any brothers on the jury, and the National Guard had to be called in to protect the boys and stuff like that. The townspeople were hostile outside, and they said, nah, they weren't hostile. When the boys were found guilty, everybody erupted in cheer and all of that stuff. Long story short, or long, yeah. It got all the way to the Supreme Court, which ordered a new trial. And eventually, the boys, you know, didn't get executed. And later on, I think in 2013, I think they were after they were dead. Yeah, of course. You know. Yeah, of course. But it was like, wow, the parallels, and like the mistakes that they made in that Alabama, in that Scottsboro case, they were still making. Just like I see boys, black boys, they're guilty, and damn the evidence.
Yeah, fuck the evidence. We already know what this is.
Yeah. Damn the evidence. Not scary being a parent that, you know, I was a kid at that time. And I'm pretty sure I was like something that my parents feared. Yeah. Well, I'm sure your parents feared the same thing. Yeah. And I fear that now, not only getting sweated by the police, but also just getting railroaded.
Dude, this is a Father's Day episode. This is the MRA podcast, man. We got to watch that shit with your sons, even if you're not black. Yeah. Because the justice system can still fuck your boys. Yeah. Or your girls. But definitely your boys.
And definitely, man. So one thing that you have to teach your sons.
All right, guys. Now it's time for the lesson of the day.
No matter how innocent they are, teach them, man. Don't say shit until the parent or their lawyer is available. Yep. If they're not present,
don't say shit.
Don't say a damn thing. and don't let them manipulate you into lying and tricking you and acting like they're on your side.
And you'll get to go home.
Yeah.
Because you won't.
That shit ain't happening.
You ain't never going home.
No.
Can I have your attention, please? We are trying to start a movement. You heard that right. We're starting a movement. We're doing something different here at the MRA Podcast. We vibing with y'all. You know what I'm saying, fellas? You know what I'm saying, ladies? It ain't just fellas that listen to the show. Matter of fact, it's a majority women, but it's all good. I know you know somebody that fits with what we trying to do over here. So all we need you to do is send it to them. Tell a friend. You know what I'm saying? That somebody know how we get down here at the MRA show. It's really called the podcast, but I just wanted to rhyme no and show. Kamal, Boston Red Sox legend, Big Papi, was shot for we don't know why yet.
Yeah.
But he was shot in the back, man. And TMZ has the footage, dude. It's disgusting, man.
Yeah, because honestly, man, Big Papi is lucky to be alive because that dude could have easily just shot him in the back of the head.
Yeah.
There was nothing stopping him.
Nothing.
From shooting this guy in the back of the head because Big Papi had his back turned to the guy. He never saw the guy coming. And the guy just walked up.
On some Abraham Lincoln shit.
Yeah.
The guy walks up, shoots him. I mean, you know, TMZ got the footage.
Yeah.
He walks up, shoots him, dude. The bullet goes through his back, through his stomach. Man, it's disgusting. When I first heard about it, I thought Big Papi got robbed. You know, they was trying to rob his house or something like that.
Yeah, he didn't want to give up the jewels and stuff like that. Yeah.
Nope, none of that.
Yeah.
None of that.
Didn't even look him in his. Like I said, Papi's talking.
Yeah.
He's at a restaurant or
a nightclub, restaurant. He's just
chilling.
having a good time. He's kicking it.
He's chilling. And so what I saw, a couple things. Because Big Papi's from Dominican Republic.
Yes, he is.
He's probably made $150, $200 million in America playing baseball.
Of course, he's the big dog from the Dominican Republic.
And so when he goes back, that $150 million is $1 billion.
Yes,
it's $1 billion.
Yes,
and he's done so much good.
Mm-hmm.
You know, teaching them, you know, like the being an ambassador to the country for like sports. Little leagues and stuff like that, inspiration.
Yeah.
And so one thing I do know is about like the Dominican Republic, they love their sports heroes.
Okay.
They love their sports heroes.
Didn't know that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Because it's like back in the day, man, like in the hood and stuff like that, somebody makes it.
Oh,
you know
man.
what I'm saying?
Bill Strawberry.
Yeah, and the champ comes back to the hood and stuff like that. Hey, champ.
Muhammad Ali in Louisville.
Yeah, it's like, and so, man, you're a king.
Yeah.
You're a king when you come back, man. And so, like Satchel Paige and like the cats come back from the from the Negro League, they come back to the hood and stuff like that. Oh,
in style, you the man.
Treated like royalty.
Jackie Robinson and Altadena, you the man.
Yeah, you get treated like royalty. And so Papi's the same way, right? Mm-hmm. And so he thinks anywhere on the planet I'm safe.
It's home.
It's here.
Yeah. So
he lets his guard down. Lets his guard down, man, and some guy, man, for whatever reason, he shoots the guy, and if you guys haven't seen it, the footage, if you haven't seen the footage
of the comeuppance,
man, think Malcolm X.
Oh yeah,
into Malcolm X.
Come on now.
When them dudes shot Malcolm,
and they beat the shit out of the dudes.
They tried to run. They tried to get out of there.
Nah, dog.
Yeah, it was like that, man. Everybody that walked by might not even know what happened. Like, what happened? We shot Papi. Oh yeah.
A word? They kicked this dude in the head so many times, dog. It feels so good watching this shit.
Because initially, like some guys well known, and some people trying to break it up, but another guy said, "Hold on, man, y'all don't know what happened."
That dude just shot Big Papi. Yeah. Oh, really? Yeah. All in Spanish though.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. They kicked this dude in the head so many times. Mm-hmm. I almost felt bad for him. I had to keep reminding myself that dude shot Papi for no reason.
Almost assassinated the man. And I'm sure that would have happened.
Yeah.
To the guy who shot Nipsey.
Oh my gosh! If he didn't get to the car,
if he didn't get to the car, I mean, because he shot in the public place and everyone just scattered.
Yeah,
this was in a controlled environment and he had to get out.
Yeah,
so he's in the hallways and stuff like that.
He's trying to get out the restaurant.
Yeah, he's trying to get out. Same thing will happen to Malcolm X. He's trying to get out. It's hard to get out.
Hard to get out.
Yeah. So what happened to Nipsey? Nipsey, it was a parking lot, and so everyone just scattered.
Yeah, because they heard shots.
Yeah. That's a little different.
Had it been inside or something like that,
Yeah.
that dude wouldn't have made it to his car.
He wouldn't have made it to the police station. You know what I'm saying? So I would say, man, even when you think you're safe, man, when you reach a certain level, man, you're still a target.
Yeah, man.
The jealous people, I guess I'm just assuming it's jealousy. I don't know. I don't know what it is, but my pops always told me, man, always be mindful of your surroundings, you know. And I know Poppy is probably in DR, in Dominican Republic, a man of the people.
Yeah.
So he feels he doesn't have to sit in the corner and watch everything.
Yeah. Have his back to the door.
Yeah,
have his back to the wall, watching the door.
Yeah, he probably feels if any place I'm safe. But this goes to show you.
Now, these are some things a lot of young men don't know. And I'm embarrassed to say, man, I didn't know a lot of these rules about when you walk into a restaurant, don't sit with your back towards the door.
Yeah.
I was told these things later in life. These are things that your father sits you down in a restaurant and teaches you. You know what I mean? I went to my son's graduation the other day, and it was funny because his junior high graduation, I was thinking, it was funny because it was like every time we go to dinner, we're always like, hey, man, let's go wash our hands, boys. That's the thing. And now, I got a boy in college. I got a boy, getting ready to go to high school. So it's like, y'all ain't got to wash your hands, man. I'm going to go wash my hands. You know what I mean? Like it was like the ritual. We're good. Y'all want to wash your hands? Go ahead.
Yeah.
When you were 7 and 4, it was like, let's go, boys. Let's go wash your hands. But now we like, hey, man, I don't give a fuck about your hands, dog. You know what I mean? You want to eat raw dog. You would do it to your stomach. That's on you now. You know what I mean? But the point is, and of course, my oldest son, he was like, I already washed mine, Dad. And my young was like, I'm going when you get back. But the point was, I've taught them certain things. And so since this is the MRA podcast for the fellas, some of these young men listening to our show don't understand some of these rules.
Yeah.
So here they are. When you go to a restaurant, especially, being a man, don't sit with your back to the door. I don't care if you're famous or not. Sit so you can see what the fuck is happening.
Right, because if some shit goes down, you have to be in protect mode. You can't get caught slipping.
No.
If you with the family, you got to get them out of there.
Yeah, your wife, your mom, your mother-in-law, whatever, sister.
I pick my son up sometimes from the train. So I get on the train, and he's just talking. He's not even paying attention. And I'm watching two dudes arguing.
Yep.
And he's just talking. I'm like, hold on, man. Like, we might have to hop off.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so I'm trying to teach him to be aware of his surroundings.
Remember in high school when people started to fight, you would run to see the fight?
Right.
Then you get to college, you're like, oh, hell no, I'm not doing that.
I think
it's dangerous.
Yeah, I think I still kind of did it in college. I ran towards it. Yeah. I didn't run away from it.
Yeah, but now shit.
Yeah.
They fighting? I don't want to see this fight.
Nah,
I'm good.
I've seen enough.
I've seen enough fights to know what happens when a nigga's getting his ass beat.
Yeah.
He's reaching to his waistband,
right,
or he's going to the trunk.
14-year-old getting his ass kicked, you know what I'm saying? It's like, man, he got his ass kicked. He lost that day. 35-year-old man getting his ass kicked is uncommon. He ain't used to that.
No.
Somebody's going to have to pay. As a matter of fact.
A lot of people about to pay.
Yeah. 14-year-old, you can chalk it up to the game.
Yeah. But 19-year-old, no. Those guys are killers.
Yeah.
And when we come back, we're going to lighten it up a little bit. Kamal Abdul-Jabbar, you sent me this article about Gwyneth Paltrow not living with her husband. So exciting.
Yeah.
All right, when we get back, we'll talk about it. Hey, what's up, man? I just had to take a time away from the podcast to let you know. If you want an MRA hat, you can get you one. You know why? Because we got them for sale. 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 You can get you one in red, blue, black, whatever you want. Just go to the website, themrapodcast.com. That is themrapodcast.com and get you one. Kamal, I love this article you sent me about Gwyneth Paltrow, man.
Yeah, man.
Not only the article, the news story, I loved it. So for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, basically, Gwyneth Paltrow did some article where she talked about not living with her husband full time. She lives with him 4 days a week, and then the other day she tells him to take his ass home to his house.
Yeah.
Which I was celebrating.
Right.
But the thing that I love was watching this news story. There was, I guess it was somewhere in Minnesota, and it was 2 women and 2 dudes talking about the story. After the story, the dudes are sitting there with their hands on, they sitting on their hands. they scared to talk about how amazing this sounds, right?
Yeah.
And then one of the women, it's basically women said, all my friends are married. All my married friends say that the way we live sounds ideal and we shouldn't change a thing, which I agree. Her intimacy coach, which I've never heard of, Michaela Bohm, signed up. I know she
doesn't make money doing anything.
Come on, dog. Signed up saying it gives polarity to the relationship. What the fuck does that mean, dude?
It's like some opposites. Whatever, gives like
it doesn't. It hurts it. It doesn't make it boring.
Yeah, it keeps it balanced.
Okay, cool. I like that.
Yeah.
So the newsroom was split. The thing I loved about it was one woman, the first thing she jumped in, she was like, well, that could confuse the kids. I hear that shit all the time, Kamal. What the fuck is confusing? Dad lives here sometimes. Sometimes he doesn't.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, y'all can go with Dad. We got 2 houses.
Yeah. Yeah. Y'all can go. We got 2 houses.
Yeah, where you going?
You going to go stay with Dad for a couple of days?
Yeah. You going?
Fine.
Yeah.
Dog, I was like, that's heaven to me. Hallelujah.
Yeah.
Dude. Man. But the thing about it is, the guy, after he's watching everybody, just like, one dude was like, man, that sounds great.
I sent it to you.
Yes, you did.
20 minutes later, my wife called me and was like, yo, I got a story for y'all to run on the show. When the pouch was, I already sent it to Kyle.
Hilarious.
I was already sent. She was like, oh, okay. She was like, I guess they talked about it on Andy Cohen's Sirius show.
Oh, okay.
So she, how'd you hear about it? I was like, I read about it.
Oh, okay.
So I guess they were
talking about the story as well.
Yeah.
It's a hot button topic right now.
Well, I mean, honestly, man, to me, it's an ideal situation.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you're married.
Mm-hmm.
For 4 days, we stand together. In 3, I can go just do me.
Yeah, man.
It's an ideal situation, man, for a guy, definitely.
Definitely, because the dudes were talking about how nice it would be in the bed.
Right, you get at least 3 days you get to sleep by yourself.
Thank you. And the lady kept saying, well, you'll have the kids in the bed. He's like, nah, it's not going to be in my bed. They'll be in the house.
Yeah.
Stop trying to ruin this for me. Stop trying to make it seem like this is a bad thing.
Yeah.
No, yeah, exactly. 3 days, you get to be free. You get to miss your lady. It's nothing like missing your lady.
So when you get back together, it's fresh.
Yes, man.
It's fresh. Like, hey, man, I missed you. Oh, come here.
Come on. They
don't understand that.
No, they don't, because they can get past their own needs.
Absence make the heart grow fonder?
Yes, it is a phrase.
That's a phrase for a reason.
There's a reason why they say that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think it is. A big thing is, I know a lot of times women are afraid to be in a house alone. They get scared. And so it's like, well, what are we going to do if you're not there? Who's going to protect the house? And I understand that that's scary for ladies. And
that's a legitimate issue.
It is a legitimate issue. And for that, I say, walk it off. You'll be all right. No. Honestly, that is a legitimate issue, but that's just part of being a grown-up, in my opinion. Part of being a grown-up is, like, I have 2 daughters, and I want to raise them to be able to sleep in the house by themselves. Period. Where you need a gun, lock the door, turn on the security system, get a strap, but I don't want you to feel like you need to be with somebody for safety reasons. Because what if y'all ain't working? Now I got to stay with this fool because you're scared to sleep by yourself?
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, I need you to be a grown-up and sleep by yourself some nights a week, if not every night, because that's what grown-ups do.
Buy a dog.
Buy a dog. Friday night's a good night for football. Hey, if you're enjoying the podcast, do us a favor. Tell a friend. That's it. Costs you nothing, helps us out, and gives your friend some entertainment to make that commute a little easier, or gives them some company on a workout, or while they're cleaning the house, so it helps them out, helps everyone out. All right, so please subscribe, leave a positive comment, and share. Kamal, you ever heard of a guy named Hank Haney?
No, sir.
All right, so there's this guy named Hank Haney that got in trouble, all right? And let me tell you what happened. So he was on his Sirius XM show, and I'm going to read you the transcript of what was said. His co-host Steve Johnson said, "This week is the 74th U.S. Women's Open, Hank." And Hank Haney said, "Oh, it is. I'm going to predict a Korean," meaning a Korean's going to win. Johnson laughed and said, "Okay, that's a pretty safe bet." Haney said, "I couldn't name you 6 players on the LPGA tour. Maybe I could. Well, I'd go with Lee. If I didn't have to name the first name, I'd get a bunch of them right." Johnson said, "We've got 6 Lees." That was the exchange.
Oh, yeah.
Got in a lot of trouble for that, dog. People were outraged. He got suspended. Now, this guy used to be Tiger Woods' coach, and they fell out because he wrote a book about Tiger, so I can understand why Tiger wouldn't like him. So Tiger jumped in, and after the dude got suspended, he said he deserved it. just can't look at life like that. And he obviously said what he meant, and he got what he deserved. So Hank Haney was like, amazing how at Tiger Woods has now become the moral authority on issues pertaining to women. I spent 6 years coaching Tiger, and at one time, did he ever hear me utter one sexist or racist word? Now, in addition to being a 15-time major champion, I guess he thinks he's also a mind reader. Hashtag glass houses.
I wonder, did he hear Tiger say anything sexist? Man, fuck these bitches, man.
I love these hoes, man. Here's why I have a problem with this, Kamal.
Why?
First of all, I could be wrong. I need you to call me out. He said he thinks a Korean's going to win. That's because there's a lot of Korean women playing the game.
Or the best. It's almost like if someone said the New York Marathon, I bet you a Kenyan's going to win.
Yes. And
I don't think anybody would call. Well, I don't know the announcing team.
Yes.
But if a regular person said,
yes,
I got my money on the Kenyan.
It just seems safe bet to me. And then the other person said, yeah, safe bet. Here's what's crazy, Kamal. A Korean did win. And it was a Korean named Lee. And it's like, dude, why are we getting mad at this dude, man? He was right.
That's funny.
I think they got like 6 Lees in the thing that are Korean.
That's funny. So my thing about this stuff is, man, like the outrage.
Yes.
I don't mind the outrage if it's coming from the people who he supposedly offended.
Thank you.
And then the crowd jumps in.
Yes.
Right? So if any of these women on the tour, any of these Korean women got salty.
Yes.
And they said something.
That's not how it works.
Yeah. So we're going to get mad for them.
Christine Brennan, who is from USA Today, she said, if Haney is not fired from that job and Johnson with him and every other role he plays in golf and the news media by dinner time Wednesday, then the leadership of the game, the PGA Tour and SiriusXM is condoning racism, sexism, xenophobia, while basically telling everyone who isn't a white male that golf is not the sport for them. What are we talking about, Kamal?
That man just said, I guarantee a Korean woman is going to win. How is that saying everyone, aside from a white male, that golf's not for them?
Dude.
He's picking a Korean woman to win.
Dude, he's talking about women's golf. Like, this is crazy because you know what? People are listening to this shit. This woman writes for USA Today, Kamal.
Yeah.
It's not an opinion poll. This is straight up in the sports page. Mm-hmm. She's like the lead sports writer for USA Today. So she just pops off like that. And it's like, what the fuck are you talking about?
See, the issue I have with stuff like this is that energy.
Yes.
That energy needs to be like around like Michael Brown and stuff like that.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
That's the thing about it. It's like,
for those who don't know, Michael Brown was shot by the police in Missouri.
Yeah, Sandra Bland.
Yes.
You know,
or the Central Park Five.
The Central Park Five.
You know, because Beyonce's Beehive went crazy on we're not calling him the owner, but whatever, the chief investor of the Golden State Warriors' wife, who was all up in Jay-Z's face. And they got mad at her. But like, what about the Linda Fairstein bitch who was adamant that these boys go to jail, and she broke the law to put them in jail?
And Beehive, man, I don't get them.
Dude, why didn't they? I need to see the Beehive go crazy on the prosecutor from Central Park 5.
Not because somebody who was sitting right next to Beyonce was talking to Jay-Z. I mean, they thought she was hitting on them.
It's
right?
crazy.
I mean, like, really, what did they think was happening?
What did they really
Beyonce, oh, look at that picture. Beyonce gave her the side eye. That means we are free to attack.
Let's go get her.
Yeah, that was the signal.
What? Like,
that was the B signal.
Beyonce ain't complaining. Why are y'all taking up her thing?
Right, and like causes that need to be taken up.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's silent.
Yeah,
but they don't get the
same oomph.
Yeah, as a matter of fact,
outrage.
Right. And as a matter of fact, because the outrage isn't that big, like the people who are fighting against those fights come off as whiners.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? But Christine Brennan's not gonna come off as a whiner.
No.
You know,
No.
like the Beehive's not coming off as like whiny little snowflakes.
No, man.
You know what I'm saying? They're seen as defending their queen.
The queen bee.
Right.
It's just, dude. It's a perfect analogy, man, and I'm just really sick of it, man. Because honestly, man, like I said, Linda Fairstein and the cops, they broke the law to put these boys in jail.
It was definitely immoral. It
was illegal.
It was. I'm saying, like, even if they can
what
spin
they
it,
did was illegal.
even if they can spin it.
But what I'm saying
I
is,
believe it's illegal.
yeah, they use illegal techniques, right?
Right.
So they should go to jail, just like the girl who claimed she got raped and the boy has to go to jail.
Right.
From the Atlanta Falcons, he has to go to jail because she lied and said she got raped, and then later said she didn't get raped.
Yeah.
And she gets a settlement from the school district. She gets money. She got $1 million, and he lost everything, and nothing happens to her. She doesn't pay the money back. She doesn't go to jail. What in the fuck, dog?
He can sue, but he probably
Come on, man.
Yeah.
But that's the point. It's like, no, you need to go to jail. You did something that is illegal. Bill Cosby's in jail. R. Kelly's going to jail.
Right.
They broke the law. They should go to jail. These people should go to jail.
Yeah.
And I want to see the social justice warriors calling for that.
Yeah, they don't. They ride on the wrong thing sometimes.
Yeah, man.
Like they ride and feel like the wrong thing. This guy, man, maybe it was inartful what he said.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Tasteless.
Yes.
Dumb.
Yes.
Crude. All of that thing. But like talking about like, you know, like it's a bigger deal than what it really was.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Are you yelling at your radio right now? You know, what the hell you saying? You wrong, Kyle.
You wrong, Kamal.
Yeah. Or right. That's what I'm talking about.
Word.
Yeah. Hey, then tweet us. Stop what you're doing unless you're driving. Stop what you're doing. Hit us right now. Respond to us. You know, just talk to us right now.
Let us know how you feel.
I'm at Kyle Irby.
I'm at Angry Kamal.
Or you can hit us both at the MRA Podcast and let your voice be heard.
Yeah, man.
You know, so we'll read it.
We might even respond.
And you just might hear it on the show.
Yeah, man. Be a celebrity for a day.
Yeah, so man, just stop what you're doing. Hit us up, man. You'll get a response.
Yes, sir.
Let's get into this Dear Irby letter.
Let us.
Dear Irby, I told my BFF that I was ready to have a man. Okay. I'm already ready to break it down. Because the letter's not very clear. So she says I'm ready to have a man. So which meant she wasn't before. She didn't want a man.
Well, she definitely didn't have one.
She didn't even have, either she didn't have one or she wasn't ready to have one. But she says she's now ready to have a man, right? She said, why? I thought about it I thought about it as I sitting on the plane and realized. So I thought about it as I was sitting on the plane. I realized I can't stop thinking about men. I want to be flying with a man right now. I want to sleep with the man and cuddle with him 3 days a week if it's me. 4 max.
I was gonna say, yeah, she's definitely not. She's not into that Gwyneth Paltrow deal.
She's not doing a living. She's not taking that deal. I want a man to text on my flight. Not just any man, a man in a relationship I'm in a relationship with. I think you would say I'm being delusional, right? Brianna from Atlanta. Simple question. Is she being delusional? Come on.
No, she's not being delusional. She's basically... I think she's being caught up into societal norms. Mm-hmm. You know? And so she wants a man... She wants a man for companionship.
Yes.
That's what it seems like.
Yes.
You know, she wants to text a man, and she wants to, on this long flight, she wants to text somebody. And when she gets home, she wants to cuddle, and she wants to be sleeping next to a man and stuff like that. But not because she met somebody. When she met somebody and they vibed and you know, they hit it off and they share a bunch of interests. They stimulate each other's thoughts and whatever. Then she's like, wow, I like this guy. I can see myself being in a relationship with him. And then, you know, nature takes its course in a relationship. And then all these things that she's looking for, the texting, the cuddling and all that stuff, that happens organically. But she wants that without the guy.
Okay.
And this is dangerous. This is definitely dangerous.
Why?
Well, because you want the relationship without the guy, right? So then you settle. And then you're going to try to get the guy without having the companionship. And you're going to try to bend this guy and conform him, make him conform into what you're looking for. Because you already have your wants. You have what, you know what I'm saying? You have your checklist, so to speak. And you need this checklist to come to fruition. It don't matter who the guy is. I just want the guy. It's dangerous. It's ass backwards. You know, you find the guy first who you're compatible with, and then you know you notice what he has, what he likes, and what you like about him, and then it's like, you know what, I like texting this guy, I like cuddling with this guy, I like this, and that's how the relationship should be built. This is some old 1920s. I need a wife to take care of my children who are going to be out there tending my farm. I don't care who she is. Can she cook? I need to be able to cook and clean. This is the reverse of that.
Hey, what's up, y'all? If you like this show, you want to help us offset some of these costs, man, you feeling the need to donate, then do just that. Go to www.patreon.com and make a donation to the MRA Podcast. That is the MRA Podcast with Kyle and Kamal, and you can find us at Patreon. Or you can catch us in the street and just be like, hey, man, I love y'all. I want to bless you with some cash and put some dollars in our pocket. You can do that. Or you can hit us on Venmo. Find our names and just, you know, bless us with dough on Venmo. Or you could pray for us. Do that too. But we prefer cash. I just want to say I love this show, Kamal. Because you always say some shit that I had not been thinking. Even when I vehemently disagree as I do right now. I absolutely disagree. And you know, that day my Uncle Charles was here. He said, man, I love how you guys disagree without arguing. Which I love as well.
Oh, yeah.
Because when I'm listening to Stephen A. and Max and shit like that, I just can't do the I can't do the yelling. I just can't. I can't do it. I can't do the arguing. Like I don't want to hear guys arguing.
Yeah.
I'm good. So yeah, I do not agree at all. So you said this is dangerous. Here's what I'm seeing, man. Come out.
What's up?
This is exactly how you get a man. You're sitting there, you said, I didn't want a man. I don't want a man. And then you start thinking, dang, it would be nice to have a guy to do this. Man, it'd be nice to have a guy like that. Man, it'd be nice to guy. And I think I want a guy to spend the night. You know what? I'm cool with that. I'm cool with being, you know, I don't need a man. I'm done with the I don't need a man phrase. I would like a man for this. I would like a man for that. It reminds me of when I'm sitting there thinking, man, I sure could use a burger today. I would love a ice, what's it called? A shake. Sometimes you're just sitting there, you're thinking that, to me, that's how things happen. You get that desire, that spark of desire that says, man, I sure do miss old girl. And so I hear what you're saying is like, you know, that's dangerous because you want somebody just to plug in. But for me, what I heard is, all right, she said, I told my BFF I was ready to have a man. So she wasn't ready before. She said, why? I thought about it as I'm sitting on this plane. So she's lonely. All right. I can't stop thinking about men, not a man, but men. So before she was probably locked off to having a man, but now I like men. I want a man. I want to be flying with the man right now. What Kamal is saying is you don't care who it is. You just want a man. And I agree. It's like when a woman says, you won't marry me, so I'm leaving for somebody who will.
Somebody will.
Yeah. It's like you don't care about who it is.
Yeah.
You just want a husband.
I just want a husband.
Good luck with that.
Yeah.
So I agree with you on that. I want to be flying with a man. But I think what she's saying is she knows what to look for. I want to sleep with a man and cuddle with him. I don't have any problem with anything on this list. I don't think it's delusional because none of this is asking for too much in Kyle's opinion. Flying with a man, that's not asking for too much. Sleep with a man, that's not asking too much. Laying next to a man, that's asking too much. The only thing that's asking too much is if you say, I want you to do these things. Like if you say, me and Kyle are messing around and he never takes a flight with me, right? But I want a man to take a flight with me. So I need you to take a flight with me.
Right.
Nah.
That can lead to, why don't you take a flight with me?
And I'm saying, you need to find somebody who wants to take a flight with you.
How come you're not texting me when I'm on my flight?
Yeah, that's not my deal.
It leads to that because she's going in with like a pre-list.
Mm-hmm.
You
but
know what
I
I'm
don't
saying?
think this list is too much. It's not like saying I need him to make $95,000 a month.
Well, no.
This stuff isn't hard to find. I want a man to fly with me. I've done that with the one before. Yeah. Sleep and cuddle with me. Sure. But what I need her to understand is these things come at a price, though. Because what happens to men a lot, and this is the MRA podcast, so we're speaking of for dudes, what happens to men is we get caught up with doing jobs, right? We got to fly with you. We got to sit next to you. We got to hold your arm when you're scared to take off, right? We got to sleep next to you, even when it's hot. And the men on the newscast earlier, they talked about how they don't really want to sleep with their wife. They would wish they could have their own place. But these are things we end up having to do as jobs. Somebody to text, right? So if you text me, that means I got to text you back. That's still work. I mean, honestly, you want somebody to text. You don't just want somebody to text.
Yeah.
You want somebody to respond.
Yeah.
And as a guy that works, 24 hours a day, when I get a text from somebody, it's work. Mm-hmm. When I text you, Kamal, you might hit me back the next day. You're busy. Yeah. You're doing shit. But in a romantic relationship, you want to hit her back the next day. She's like, what happened? Where you been?
Oh, yeah. I get if I'm like an hour.
Yeah.
If I'm an hour late, I get the hello with the question mark.
It drives me crazy. Yeah. Even if you didn't ask me a question.
Yeah. And the way I heard it, even though it's like, hello?
Yeah.
I hear it's hello. Yeah.
Exactly. You know why? They could say, it's hot today. I don't respond. Hello? What the fuck was I supposed to say? Yeah, it sure is. Like, I'm fucking busy. I'm doing something. You know what I mean? I'm writing. I'm directing this shit. I'm doing my podcast. I'm promoting. I'm busy.
Right.
I'm at the fucking mic. I'm trying to get my set list together. And I don't. Okay. So my point is, for ladies, understand all these things you want from a man is a distraction from him doing something else. Right? Mm-hmm. He doesn't necessarily want to sleep with you every night. But if he does, just understand that he's doing something for you. And please don't take that for granted.
Or find the guy who likes it.
Please do. But who really likes it.
Yeah, that's the thing about it, man. Like, find the guy who likes it. Don't try to turn the guy.
Yes, and I don't think she's saying that.
Well, like I said, that's why I'm saying it was dangerous.
Okay.
It's dangerous because she might find the right guy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
but he doesn't want to do those things.
Yeah, back in the day, you know what I'm saying? Hey, man, we was married for 50, 60 years. I found her and I picked her out and we became best friends.
Yeah.
But you can also have a color purple situation on your hands as well. And you can also have this Brianna, who, for all intents and purposes, seems like a good person. But if she just gets the first person she sees and she thinks, hey, look, I want these things, and he's not down with that,
she got to pass.
Well, she might manipulate him and contort his body and get them twisting.
Well, let me say it like this. We got to go, dog. Know what you want, right? Mm-hmm. And without telling the man that what you want, find out what he's into. And if he's not into what you want, pass. And if he is, keep going forward.
You know what? I don't vehemently disagree, but I kind of think that, you know what, man, you don't know what you want. You think you might know what you want.
No, man, this is how you know what you want.
See, my thing is, I think they should you meet somebody organically, and whatever quality that person is, if that vibes with you, like, oh, I didn't know I liked this. It's like going into a restaurant with an open mind, like, you know what, I don't know, I'm just gonna try something instead of going in there. I like macaroni and cheese.
I literally never try anything.
Me, yeah, I have a closed mind.
I'm very closed.
I'm going in there.
I know what I want.
I know what I
want. I don't even look at the menu.
Yeah, and I'm saying in relationships, maybe that's not necessarily the best thing to do.
If you guys have a Dear Irby letter, send us an email at dearirby@themrapodcast.com. That is Dear Irby @themrapodcast.com. Where can we find you?
Twitter @Angry Kamal.
You also on Instagram too, right?
Yeah, man. Really I don't even know how to do Instagram.
Okay,
like that.
I'm not gonna make you be that. I'm at Kyle Irby on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, the MRA Podcast. You can find us both there on all social media. KyleIrby.com. You can see some of my videos, some of my stand-ups, some of my television appearances, and the MRAPodcast.com is where you can hear every last episode. We got 45 episodes up as of today. Things are good. We're happy that you're here, ladies. We love you, fellas. Be a man at all times.
Deuces.
MRA.